It's a pretty day out on the lake this morning. It's mid-August. A little cool out here this morning. It was in the 60s when I got up. And not a whole lot of wind, unfortunately. But you can see a little ripple out on the lake, and that means we're getting about 5 knots of wind or so. Not a whole heck of a lot, but enough that we're moving a little bit. Going up to Chicago this afternoon to see Chris and Tara. Wanted to try to get out and get a little bit of sail in today since we worked all day yesterday moving Brian back to school at GVSU. So wanted to get out and get a little bit of sail underway. Only have a couple hours. And not a whole lot of wind this morning, but better than doing nothing. Big old ship coming into the harbor today. Wouldn't want to play chicken with one of those guys. So we're still kind of tacking back and forth here, making somewhere between 3 and 3.5, 4 knots, 6 to 7 knots of wind. Was thinking about flying the spinnaker. Even got the bag out, but I was hoping I was going to miss that point out there. But once I put the spinnaker up, I don't want to have to tack very often. But I don't think we're going to make it. And with 7 knots of wind, making 4 knots, I'm okay. I'm happy with that. It's a gorgeous day out on the lake, though. Just wish we had 10 knots of wind. Would have made it a little faster sail, but you know what? It's not bad. Today's day 2 of the Chicago Air and Water Show. And I don't know if you can see them out there, but there's a couple of formations of planes that are headed out to the air show, I imagine. Sorties of 3 planes each. Kind of sound like Japanese. So I'm headed back in, kind of going downwind a bit, trying to beat the clock here. Not making great speed at the moment, 3.5, 3.7 knots on a downwind reach. Got about 5 minutes, so I got to start up the engine and try to get us in on time so I can be home by noon. Nice day on the lake, though. Wind's about 8 knots, 8 to 9, but we're running kind of downwind, so we're not making real good time, but 3.7, 3.8, 3.9 on this downwind tack. And we'll be firing up the motor here shortly and motoring in the rest of the way.